Operation Epic Fury.
Iran's navy's gone, their air force destroyed, their regime replaced, and right now as I speak to you, the most powerful naval blockade in modern history is strangling the mullahs into submission. President Trump just declared that his blockade has been more powerful than the bombs that obliterated Iran's military. And what he said next about a potential deal is going to send shockwaves through every capital on earth. The question really is, though, is Iran finally ready to bend the knee? I'm going to tell you, though, why this matters to you and your family, because for decades, Iran has been the world's leading state sponsor of terrorism. They funded Hezbollah, Hamas, and militias that have killed American soldiers. They've destabilized the entire Middle East, driven up oil prices, and threatened our allies. Under the previous administration, Biden sent them billions in ransom payments and looked the other way while they enriched uranium. But President Trump doesn't play those games. What's happening right now is a complete reset of American power projection. And this blockade isn't just about Iran. It's a message to China. It's a message to Russia, to every rogue regime that's watching, that America's back. And we decide how the world operates. Your gas prices, national security, children's future, all of it hinges on whether we have a president willing to use American strength. And folks, Donald Trump just proved he's that president. And speaking of American strength, there is breaking news on another front that directly ties into what we're seeing overseas. You see, the White House just announced over $30 billion to secure America's critical mineral supply chain, and they named a specific Alaskan project as a key strategic asset for U.S. mineral independence. I've personally been to the Vizsla copper drilling site in Canada myself. I've seen it with my own eyes. I've held the core samples. What's happening right now in Alaska is actually bigger than most people can realize. You see, President Trump unveiled Project Vault. It's a $12 billion strategic minerals reserve designed to stockpile essential resources and keep America strong. While we're blockading Iran and projecting power globally, we're also securing the resources we need right here at home. Now pay attention, because Vizsla Copper trades in the United States under VCUFF and in Canada as VCU.V. Look at your screen, it's right there. And check the exclusive briefing. It's only for Next News viewers. It's linked down below to see why this America First mining company is positioned at the center of Trump's resource independence strategy. We thank them for supporting our work here. Let's get back to the blockade that's bringing the Iranian regime to its knees. And here's what the mainstream media will not tell you. Stephen Miller laid it out perfectly. President Trump warned Maduro, and Venezuela fell. He warned Iran before Midnight Hammer, and Midnight Hammer happened. He gave them a chance before Operation Epic Fury, and they sustained what Miller called the greatest battlefield defeat, thrashing, and military annihilation we've seen in modern history. This president doesn't bluff, and now the Joint Chiefs just confirmed every ship on Earth is on notice. So let's break down what's happening in those waters right now. Here is the chairman of the Joint Chiefs, General Dan Kane. Listen carefully.
This morning, I'd like to give you an update on the ongoing blockade in the CENTCOM AOR area of responsibility. On Monday, 13 April at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, at the direction of the President, America's Joint Force began implementing a blockade against Iran under the leadership of Admiral Cooper and the team at CENTCOM. Let me be clear, this blockade applies to all ships, regardless of nationality, heading into or from Iranian ports. The U.S. action is a blockade of Iran's ports and coastline, not a blockade of the Strait of Hormuz. Enforcement will occur inside Iran's territorial seas and in international waters. In addition to this blockade, the Joint Force, through operations and activities in other areas of responsibility, like the Pacific area of responsibility under the command of Admiral Paparo, will actively pursue any Iranian-flagged vessel or any vessel attempting to provide material support to Iran. This includes dark fleet vessels carrying Iranian oil. As most of you know, dark fleet vessels are those illicit or illegal ships evading international regulations, sanctions, or insurance requirements. More than 10,000 sailors, Marines, and airmen, over a dozen ships and dozens of aircraft are executing this mission.
The Dark Fleet. My God, that's crazy just thinking about it. As our enforcement locks Iran's access to global water, Stephen Miller weighs in on Trump's unyielding resolve. Listen carefully.
President Trump is a man who doesn't bluff. He is a man who follows through on what he says, who acts in every case with courage, resilience, determination, vision, focus, and direction. He warned Maduro. Maduro did not heed those warnings. And now look what happened. Look at the operation that took place in Venezuela. He warned before Midnight Hammer. Midnight Hammer happened because the Iranians did not heed those warnings. Before Operation Epic Fury, he gave Iran a chance to do the right thing. They declined, and they sustained the greatest battlefield defeat, thrashing, military annihilation we've seen in modern history. Then, after the ceasefire, President Trump said, make a deal. The Iranian terms were not satisfactory, and so President Trump flipped the tables on Iran and implemented this naval blockade. And with this blockade, President Trump is resetting the entire global order, because he is saying with our Navy, we can decide, and we alone can decide, how rogue regimes are able to finance themselves, how they are able to operate. That's the power of American naval might, Sean.
That is the power. Having witnessed Trump's commanding strategy through naval power, the president himself underscores the blockade's might over bombs and hints at a groundbreaking opportunity for diplomacy.
We built the greatest military anywhere in the world. There's nobody even close. All you have to do is take a look at the blockade. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. That blockade is the best thing. And I'll tell you something. I think the blockade has been more powerful than the bombs. The bombs were powerful, and it weakened them. They have no Navy. They have no Air Force. They have no anything. They have no leaders. But their new leaders, the ones that have replaced them, it's a regime change. They are much more, I think, frankly, more intelligent and more moderate. But we have a real chance to make a deal very soon with Iran.
We have a chance to make a deal with Iran. So here's the truth the establishment doesn't want you to understand. President Trump just told the world that this blockade has been more powerful than bombs. Think about that. We destroyed their Navy, their Air Force, their leadership, and yet cutting off their ports is bringing them to heel even faster. The new Iranian regime, the one that replaced the hardliners that we eliminated, Trump says they're more intelligent, they're more moderate. He's signaling that a real deal is coming, and soon. So this isn't just a victory, it's the complete reset of global power that America First voters demanded. So what we are witnessing is, in fact, historic. President Trump has done what no other leader could do. He's brought the world's leading terrorist state to its knees without a single American boot on the ground in Iran. The blockade's working, the regime has changed, and a deal that actually protects American interests is within reach. So I want to hear from you in the comments. Do you think that Iran will finally agree to Trump's terms, yes or no? Drop your answer below and let's get the conversation going. And since you watch this whole video, make sure you text raw feed to 844-840-4963. That's how we get around the YouTube blockade that's not sending you the notifications and burying us under countless videos of corporate spin. Yes, we understand that the search results are weighted against us, but there is a way around that. And that's why when you text raw feed to 844-840-4963, you stay connected with me. And make sure that you share this video with everyone who needs to see what real American leadership looks like. And if you want to wear your support for America First, check out the Next News merch shelf below this video. Hit the subscribe button, ring the bell, and remember, stay informed and stay free.
The system controls information. Information control is power.
They don't want you to see this.
The truth only survives together. They don't want this. Share this now.